Hello everyone, welcome back to another devlog. It's only been a couple days, but I got a lot of cool stuff for you and I don't have a lot of time to edit, so we're freeballing this. First things that I want to show off are 3 new enemies that I was able to work on just over the past 2 days. So the first enemy I want to show off and take a look at here is one I freaking love. It's the Triceratops. So the Triceratops, I wanted it to be like kind of like the starting enemies. As you can see here, it looked like he was not working, but he has an idle state where he can stand still or he walks back and forth. If he sees the player, he does a rear up and he charges there as you saw, and he'll knock the player up. Now if you jump out of the way, the Triceratops gets stunned, falls to the ground for a second, and then he'll stand back up. This is him rearing again, hitting the player up, and I just love how high it knocks the player. I think this is such a fun and unique enemy. I love how you can dodge him, and right there was the death animation. I love how you can dodge out of the way. Everything about it I love. I have no sounds yet, but those should be fairly simple to do. Also, hey, I'm back home. Thank heavens. I was at my parents for like 5 days, for those of you who watch the streams, and now I'm back home, so it's a blessing. Next, I want to show off the flying serpent. So these are supposed to be like mini Quetzalcoatls, okay? So they breathe fire, and they get towards the player, and as they get close, they shoot out these 3 sprays of fire, and they take a second to recharge, so the melee sword weapon has a chance to dodge and then run in and attack for a bit before they shoot out more flames. But I love this enemy. It's the first flying enemy that does more than just fly towards the player, which I love. I love how it actually just flies near the player and then it slows down and it shoots the fire out. So super sick. Once again, needs sounds. The last enemy is not implemented yet, but the animations and everything are done. It's a pterodactyl. So the pterodactyl enemy, once again, won't just fly at the player. What this enemy does is when it sees the player, it will fly down to the ground. It will pick up a rock, and then it will fly above the player. And when the player's underneath it, it will drop this rock down. Now, the cool thing about this rock is that it also hurts enemies. So if you can bait it into dropping it over an enemy, or the rock falls and rolls onto an enemy, it also damages enemies, which is sick. And this enemy will repeat that pattern of flying over the player, dropping the rock, and going and picking up another rock. So once again, I'm stoked that it is a new enemy that doesn't just fly towards the player. And honestly, all the art, I think I've really improved in my art, just in general, over the past few days. Honestly, maybe a few weeks. I shouldn't say a few days, but and the coding as well. I've been really trying to make these enemies solid and not be as janky as some of my earlier enemies. And quite frankly, I think I might have to revisit some of the code there. But everything in order. I just got to get these last 2 areas done, which is crazy. We're working on the last 2 areas. So last devlog, I already showed off that I was working, or I had finished the 3 types of dinosaur humanoids. Now I just showed off 3 other like dinosaur enemies: Triceratops, Pterodactyl, and these flying serpents. And 2 of them are implemented. So really, I just got to make a ton of sounds, and then we're golden. Which is crazy to think that I'm almost like content complete with enemies for the 4th area. So that's wild. Yeah, I guess there's a couple traps I still got to put in. There's a couple ideas that I want with stuff like that. But that's about all that I have for this devlog. However, I want to talk about something very important. Before you go, please just give me 1 minute. I don't want to take up a ton of your time. Mainly because I also don't have a lot of time. Okay. Also, while I'm listening to this, I was going to play music. I totally forgot. I was going to play the city music because we did create the city music. So we'll turn on the city music here while I rant, even if it might not be the most fitting. So this here, you may all, or you should all be familiar with, let me go to this. No, just kidding. This is where I want to be. You will all be familiar with my Kickstarter page, right? I've plugged it a lot. And look, a lot of you are new subscribers, which I'm super excited about. A lot of you are coming from the YouTube Shorts, which is why I'm trying to keep this devlog maybe a little shorter. But right here, everyone, we've raised $4,865 for my game, which is dope. It's going to let me finish my game. It's going to let the game come out. We're looking at a March release date for sure, and I'm aiming to have the game done by February so that I can get in a period of testing done before I actually have to release it in March. Now, the goal is only 3,000. That's all I needed to finish the game. Right now, we're working towards stretch goals. Now, you're going to see something that's a little embarrassing for me to admit. But it says that we achieved 5,000 because we did until last night. And we had a couple of backers back out. that dropped us down. Also, this part is my favorite in the song. It's like spoopy, very spooky. So, please do me a favor. If you haven't backed my game yet and you watch these devlogs, it would mean the world to me if you just came and supported me with anything, $1, $5, $10, anything that you can do. Just, it would really help me out. It would really help us get back to this goal of 5,000 that we had hit. And I would honestly love for any of the new subscribers or anyone who's still been on the edge to just, if you can, please consider supporting me in the game. And just watching the devlogs also helps. Just liking the videos, commenting on them, all of that helps. So I'm appreciative of it all. But hey, we only got 5 days left. So it's kind of like a call to action for anyone who still may have not, you know, pledged to the Kickstarter or may have been holding off for one reason or another. I noticed there was someone who changed their reward from an early bird backer to one that was more money. Thank you. That's a great way to support me. But hey, there's one slot left if you'd like to get the game 50% off because of that generous person. Anyways, everyone, I'm super grateful. Once again, before I go, I have a Patreon. Okay? This is a great way to support me. Look, I'll even put myself here, okay? I'd like to thank my pasta providers right here. Jeff Bloom and Avon Avgard, thank you for providing pasta to me during these rough months where I've been going into crazy amounts of debt and just being reckless so that I can pursue my dreams. And thank you to all my egg donors, Tenderbird, Haley Critchfield, Ethan Critchfield, and Aldo Chapana. All of you have been supporting me for such an extended period of time. And a lot of these people, a lot of these egg donors, if you go back to my devlogs from 3 years ago, they've been there. And it may not seem like a lot, but hey, $1 every month added up over 3 years, that's a big sum of money. So even if you only have $1, it adds up and it actually can mean something like significant to me. So that's another great way to support me is through my Patreon, through the Kickstarter, coming over on the Twitch stream. If you have an Amazon Prime, subscribing to me with that. There's a lot of ways that you can support me and the Feathered Serpent. And all of you who have, thank you. You have my deepest and most heartfelt appreciation and gratitude that I get to do what I love. That's crazy. I don't know why, but I never actually thought that I would be able to pull this off, and it's cool that I'm going to be able to. So thank you to my Patreons. Thank you to the Kickstarter supporters. And let's make this the best last week that we can for the Kickstarter, everyone. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, I'm going to leave it at that, everyone. Let me go ahead and turn on some other music that you might not have heard. We're going to turn on some, hold on here. Here we go. This is some music that plays with Canon, that cat NPC. Okay, everyone. Thank you for the devlog. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, especially in the coming weeks. And hey, come check out stream. If you'd like to see me design enemies live and you'd like to know a bit more about the process, I'm very interactive with my chats. And that's really all I got. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week. This is going to be dope. Oh, also, 24-hour stream the last day of the Kickstarter. Okay? So if you want to come say hi, I'll be there. Links for everything are in the description down below, everyone. And probably linked in the pinned comment. Okay. I'm making indie games for a living. Let's go! Y'all are dope. Support the Kickstarter.